That's fantastic.
Shut up and sit down.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Scott here, back in Fallout 76 this week, and I wanted to show you guys my new camp location. Now, I showed you my last one in a past video where I camped. I found a great spot by the river, and this one is a little bit different. I found a resource location. I actually found a steel deposit, and it's around everywhere, and I was able to build a camp around it so that way you could have access to resources in your camp, and it's really cool. And the location is great. I mean, you've got an absolutely amazing view from up here. I'm kind of on top of a mountain. So let's get around here and show you my new camp. Now, I went more with function over aesthetics with this one. I wanted to get more use out of it rather than really kind of make it look good because of the resource extractor that I've had to put in here. It does limit your camp budget when you do that, but you are still able to get a really pretty good looking camp out of it. But like I said, this is more for function over looks in this one here. I went with the metal walls again because they are just the strongest. And I do get attacked up at this location. I get rad rats, I get mole rats, super mutants sometimes. I have seen the Flatwoods monster a couple of times. You can see here the meat piles left from a couple of super mutants that wanted to pay me a visit. But I really like this location, and I want to thank Zombie Mike for showing this spot to me in the game. He's a fellow that we met up and we've teamed up with in the game, and it's really worked out well. I mean, he's a good guy. So we'll head on inside and check out what I've done around the inside. Now, the bottom level, of course, is just the surrounding the junk extract or the steel extractor, my food and my crops. You can see the steel extractor down there. If you find a spot like this, it automatically shows up in your build menu for your camp, and you can build around it. And see, I put down a fusion generator to run everything. And then, being that there's no water in this location, I went with the small purifiers, which has actually worked out really well because I get more water out of these four than I did the one big industrial water purifier. And then this thing runs constantly. I mean, you just come back every now and then and you take out the steel. It puts out about 20 steel an hour. So it's a really good way to stock up on resources that you use a lot, like steel. And then I've got a few crops in here. I've got some potatoes, some corn, and mut fruit. So that way I can make vegetable starch or food if I need it. But it takes 2 mut fruit, 2 potatoes, and 2 corn to make 1 vegetable starch, which will make 2 adhesive. And then I built the floors around it, as you can see, to protect it from any enemies that want to attack my camp. And it's really worked out. I'm really kind of liking it. And there's these resource places kind of all over the map. I've seen junk places where you can put down a junk extractor that'll give you screws, gears, plastic, cloth, all that kind of stuff. I've seen copper. As a matter of fact, Turkey Buzzard, if you've ever watched his stuff, he's found a copper deposit now. Matter of fact, yesterday helped the another guy I met in the game we teamed up with. We found a lead deposit, and he built around that. And then the upper floor is my living area. And even though my build budget is maxed right now, right where I'm at, but I was still able to get something that I think looks pretty good. The upper level, it's got all my workbenches and my bed, of course, and I was able to add a little bit of decoration, which I would absolutely love to have more. And I've even got an electric chair. I mean, who wouldn't want an electric chair in their house? That's just kind of cool. It's a little creepy, but it's kind of cool. You got the wood stove, some potted plants. I think that's one of the vault beds. I think that's like vault bed number 2, and then you got to have a bearskin rug. Then I've spent a few atoms in the atom shop. They gave me the glowing map up on the wall there, and then this pretty cool fish lamp that actually has an animation to it. Looks like a fish floating around in your lamp. And then all, of course, all of the workbenches are in here. And I got a little power armor statue because, why not? And around over here is the tinker's bench and the cooking stove. Because you got to be able to cook all of the food that you kill in the game. Then out here on the front, I placed just a little balcony, and it's just where my missile turret is, and it takes care of any of the super mutants and stuff, because they do pop up right in that area right there quite a bit, and it's got a good view from up here. Next, we'll go out and I'll show you my little patio area off to the side, and you got to have a jam area, So I put out the instruments, and I had a table out here, but I had to get rid of it to add other things. And then I've got a little heavy machine gun turret off of this side here. And I put up these little walls just in case somebody can get up here. Of course, with some of the mutations like marsupial, they're going to get up there no matter what. But the cool part about your camp is they really can't steal anything. I mean, they can tear it apart if they want, they can blow it up, but they can't steal any of your stuff this way. And there's a little, it's already it's a location in the game. It's right over there where my gun is pointing. There's a actual campsite, and it's got some tents and things like that that spawn some enemies and some little goodies and stuff like that. There's a couple of first aid boxes and things like that that I can go and get every now and then. And then, like I said, the Flatwoods monster has shown up here. He's been right over there. I've seen him twice so far. And he's so quick to disappear. I haven't had a chance to actually blow him away yet. But I really love this view from up here. This is really cool. And then, like I said, this was more about the steel extractor than really anything else. But of course, you got to have a cuckoo clock. Who wouldn't want a cuckoo clock in their house? That's just kind of cool. But everything about this camp is centered around this here. So if you find something like this and you kind of like this idea, this is a great way to keep it all protected from enemies and animals from attacking it and blowing it up, because they got to go through the wall and through the foundations first to get to it. So I really like it. And steel is really something that I've been going through a lot. I mean, steel and lead to make bullets, that's kind of the main thing right now. And then, of course, you need it to craft any guns, armor, all of that kind of stuff that you need. And then the adhesive is really important. But I'm really liking this location up here. I think the build budget, I've heard a lot of people say that it increases with your level. And I don't think so. I think you got to move your camp around. It depends on your level and then how many times you've moved your camp around. I think the more you move it around, the higher your budget gets. But it doesn't move up all that quickly. But still, it's a great location up here. with the mole rats and the rad rats every now and then. I still get a little bit of food, but not as much as I did at the other one. And then you can come out and play the tuba because, why not? So I hope you all enjoyed this. If you did, please hit that like button. I appreciate that so much when you do. And if you got any questions or comments, leave a comment below. Always happy to answer questions, things like that. And if you want, follow me on Twitter at sbrew42. I tend to post, little sneak peeks of things I got coming up or funny things that I find and things like that. But also earlier this week, I was able to get into the event Scorched Earth and was finally able to take down a Scorched Beast Queen. So I'm going to end the video with what I recorded of the ending of that Scorched Beast Queen there. So hope you all enjoyed that. And as always, thank you for watching and have a good one.